Hey friends, Gary here. Welcome to today's daily vlog. It's currently Sunday, 9 a.m. I'm not going to the church today because frankly speaking, I'm still not feeling that well. Remember the video that I posted a few days ago in the office? I mentioned that I was having a little bit of fever and tiredness. Well, yeah, the fever is gone, but now I still feel the tiredness. But it's better compared to that day, and hopefully tomorrow everything will be back to normal. So yeah, I'm in my studio right now, and I'm recording this with my phone using the front-facing camera and using this USB microphone here. This is such a wonderful microphone for this kind of daily vlogs, not for the walking and talking stuff, but when I'm sitting down in just one location, because the audio quality is just so great. I don't have to mess around with putting EQ or compressors or limiter or that kind of stuff. It's just sounding so nice. But anyway, yeah, I love being in this studio, especially in the morning. I can have my own time for myself, whether I want to work a little bit on office stuff or my main YouTube channel stuff, or just a time to relax for myself. I mean, reading some books or maybe watching some YouTube videos right here. Nobody's interrupting me and I can just, relax. And that leads me nicely to what I want to talk today in this video, which is being an introvert. So yeah, I want to share a little bit so you guys can better know me. We're trying to build these authentic relationships between everyone in the daily vlogger community, and I think it's best for me to open up about myself being an introvert. So yeah, I'm an introvert. I prefer to be alone. Not that I don't like hanging out with people, but I have this limitation. I call it my introvert battery. If that battery is depleted, then I have very little motivation to hang out with other people, and it needs to be recharged every day. And also, I hate large crowds, like, going to a very busy supermarket or going to a very noisy, crowded mall during the weekend. That really stressed me out, and it could literally take me days to recover from such thing. I know it sounds so weird and it's like I'm so weak, but that's the truth, man. I'm telling you the truth, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. At one point, I was visiting the mall. In a Sunday, it was so crowded. There were some festivals, and then there are also some music thing going on in the mall, in the main plaza. There were kids singing. There were sounds of drums, and the sound system was blasting so loud. And when I get back home, I puked. I vomit. It was just so weird, but that's what I am. And leading to that, I'm also very sensitive to lots of things, lights and noise. Sensor overload is quite easy with me. For example, when I'm driving in a traffic jam, especially in a crowded location where there are lots of visual things going on, outdoor banners, advertisement, that kind of stuff, lights and different colors, suddenly I can get that weird headache. I just cannot explain it to you guys, but again, my sensor is easily overloaded with different stuff, whether it's visual, whether it's hearing, and sometimes when I bump to too many people, the skin get contacts with other people, I can get overloaded as well. Now, one of my personal challenge of being an introvert is that people mistaken me as an extrovert because I try to be warm and friendly with people. When I sit down together in a small group or maybe a small community, something like that, I'm okay with talking. I can talk with many people about different things and leading into a discussion, that kind of stuff. I'm okay with talking. That's my point. And sometimes because I can speak, people thought of me as being an extrovert. And also, some people thought of me as an extrovert too because, on my main YouTube channel, I speak about cameras, micro four thirds, photography, that kind of stuff. I can just yap for hours. Whoa, I can speak nonstop, sharing my passion and joy of photography, cameras, especially micro four thirds camera system, my current personal favorite. Because, when I love something, I just want to share it to other people. That's always been in my traits. And, if I did not plan my video carefully, I can just talk about one specific topic for 2 hours, 3 hours. I just cannot stop. So I have to carefully plan it out, make it into a bullet points, and try to condense it so that I don't, overload my audience with too many information. Anyway, let's change the background a little bit to my guitars. I want to sit in this sofa. It's just more comfortable compared to that chair over there. This is the sofa that I used to practice guitar, and we have some of my guitars in the background, which I never play. If you guys want to see me practice guitar or something, let me know. Maybe I can put it in the vlog or something. But anyway, being an introvert, it has some profound effects in my everyday life. So first of all, continuing to the point where I talk about having that mental battery that is easily drained, the sensory overload, that kind of stuff. It is important for me to have plenty of me time just being alone. For example, being in this studio with no one, not even my wife, just myself, and just be able to focus and be alone and not have too many distraction notifications. I even silent my phone. I don't turn on the vibration or anything like that. I think this is very important for me. The act of just being alone can help me to recharge my battery quickly. And also the other effect in my everyday life related to that mental battery as well and the sensory overload. I declined a lot of invitations from my friends, going out to dinner, seeing the movie, just hanging out, simply because my mental battery is already depleted when they ask me to go out, and I feel terrible. Fortunately, some of my closest friends understand about this issue and they really support me, and I'm very grateful for them. You know who you are, guys. Thank you for supporting me. But yeah, it makes me feel terrible sometimes, But I want to prioritize my own mental health, because when my mental battery is drained, when I'm having that sensor overload issue and I'm going out with my friends or with my family, usually what ended up happens is that I will not be present completely in the group. I mean, like, I may be too tired. I don't want to participate in conversations, and I will just be overall a jerk. And I don't want that, that feels so wrong, being in a group together where people are having nice, warm conversations and they want to try to be nice to you, but you just can't. That makes me feel tortured. And I hate that, to be honest. Yeah, that's one of a drawback of me being an introvert. And then also the other effect in my everyday life is that I'm living in Indonesia. And no, this is not a bad country. I love Indonesia. It is so beautiful. You guys should definitely come to Indonesia. And when you are in the area, especially if you are in Yogyakarta, where I live, please let me know. We should hang out, maybe do the daily vloggers, meeting right here. That would be cool. But, in Indonesia, being an introvert is a bad thing. People will label you. Oh, you are the nerd. You are the bookworm. You are too smart for us. You cannot hang out with us. And that is the problem here. Social stigma, social labeling about being an introvert, because this is very much an extrovert society. You're expected to be able to talk nonstop, and you're also expected to be able to just communicate all the time, And being an introvert is definitely not easy here where I live. Now, so far, it sounds like being an introvert is a bad thing. You're easily drained, you're easily tired, you're easily getting that sensor overload, you decline so many invitations, this and that. However, there are actually some cool things about being an introvert. First of all is learning. because I prioritize my mental battery, sometimes I ended up with just time for myself, like right now. Then I can just use that time to learn about something new, watching a video about something that I never learned before. Maybe it's about jazz, maybe it's about music production, some mixing techniques that I've never heard before from some producer in the other part of the world, or maybe just reading some books, or maybe just listening to some podcasts. I have this time and I can use it to learn. And even when I'm learning, even though it makes my brain works a little bit, it's not too tiring. I can still recharge my mental battery by learning. And I think this is true not only for me. I think some of my other introverts friends also, they are keen on learning. They have this passion to learn something new. I'm not saying that you have to be an introvert to love learning. I mean, extrovert people also learn all the time as well. But I think for me personally, with that quiet time just for myself, I'm able to learn more stuff. And second thing that is cool about being an introvert for me personally is being able to have empathy to other people. So, for example, in our daily vlogging community, some people are struggling with some issue in their life, whether it's work related, personal related. Some even has some issue about trying to get healthier, and just overall things that are happening in life. I can relate to that. I'm not saying that I understand the issue completely, but I understand what they are feeling, the stress that they might be feeling, the thoughts, the anxiety that might be going on, the fear of, looking to the future, that kind of stuff. I think I can empathize to that because I know that feeling from my everyday life, having my own hardship. And, I can just kind of synchronize my own thoughts with other people's thoughts, not thoughts, sorry, feeling and emotion. I think that's the better word. So I can synchronize my feeling and emotion with other people's feeling and emotion and be able to understand. So even if I'm not suggesting a solution or anything, at least I can still understand what people are going through. Sometimes this is a good thing because that means that, oh yeah, I understand what you feel. I feel you, bro. Come on, you can do this, that kind of stuff. But sometimes it's a bad thing because then I can absorb that emotion into my own head and my own heart and feeling sad for no reason. That's just so weird, man. But yeah, that's true. That's me being an introvert. Anyway, let's change scene a little bit now. I'm sitting here in my main A-roll recording space in my studio. This is the angle that you'll usually see me when I'm doing the talking session on my main YouTube channel. Anyway, I want to share a little bit about how I deal with the challenges of being an introvert. So first of all, I think the most important thing that you can do being an introvert is just to be honest to yourself and also to your friends and to your family. It's okay to be an introvert. Let them know your challenges. Let them know, your struggles, the things that you will experience every day as an introvert. Maybe they'll not be able to understand you, but at least you already communicated with them about some issues of being an introvert. I'm lucky to have Nora as my wife. She truly understands me, even though sometimes she'd make fun of me, and also some good friends that really support me, that knows what I'm going through as well, and just be there for me. I think I'm really grateful for having friends like that. But being honest, that's one thing that you can do. Second of all, what works for me being an introvert? Oh, plenty of earplugs when I sleep at night, and also noise cancelling earbuds that work really well for me to reduce the the sensor overload caused by loud noises, by the music, stuff like that. I just use the regular earplugs that I bought in the online shops. And for my noise cancelling earbuds, it's a Bose Quiet Comfort something, I don't remember, just a small earbud. It literally cuts down the noise, and with that I can have a more peaceful afternoon, evenings when I want to rest, but not for sleeping. For sleeping I use the earplugs, but the earbuds is just for day-to-day stuff, just hanging out around the house. Some people aren't comfortable with wearing noise cancelling earbuds, especially the ones that are really effective at cutting noise, because it really kills the noise, even the ambient noises that you usually hear, for example fan noise or air conditioning noise, stuff like that. And you're left with only the sound that is coming from your own body, your heartbeat, the sounds from your mouth or maybe from your throat, your own breathing. Sometimes that can sound scary for other people, but not for me, because I'm used to it. But again, plenty of earbuds and noise cancelling earplugs, or the other way around, sorry. And another thing that really works well for me is being in a small community, but a good quality one. For example, I have this church community where we would gather and share and talk about the word of God and just support each other. If anyone is having hardship, we will pray for them and also support them. This is the kind of quality community that we all should have. I think this works much better rather than having so many friends and but keeping the relationship, I wouldn't use the word shallow, but limited relationship. Just this guy, we talk, we chat, we hang out together, but that's about it. No deep relationship. You don't really know this guy's personal struggles, you don't really know about his day-to-day, that kind of stuff. I think the quality is much better than quantity, and that's one thing that you can do. And that leads me nicely into why I want to be a part of this daily vlogging community, is because again, I want that quality relationship. We don't necessarily have to be 100% vulnerable to each other, but at least we are having better quality communications with each other. Like everyone's been so friendly, supporting one another, and with the vlogs going on, we see plenty of genuine, sincere comments that just wanna enrich the relationships rather than just I want to show up and be famous and that kind of stuff, numbers, quantities. I think that is important, and I think this is a sign of a good community. So I want to be a part of it. But anyway, that's all from me today, sharing a little bit about being an introvert. I think this video is already long enough. I didn't plan it to be this long, but again, I can just yap for hours if I don't plan my video carefully, and this is what usually happens. But anyway, that's all for today's daily vlog. I hope that everyone is well. I hope that everyone is healthy. Shout out to you, all the cool creators in this daily vlogging community. If you are struggling with some issues right now, I know some of you are having some hardships in life. I pray that these hardships will be gone and your life will be better. If you are having some health issue, hopefully you'll recover soon. And stay being awesome, be kind to each other. I will see you guys on the next video, whether it's my video or your video. Thank you and goodbye.